Life Explorers, welcome back to my channel. This is Isaac bringing you guys another video. And as you can see in the title, we are back at it again, going once again to Mexico. But I have a story that I gotta tell you. So you definitely gotta make sure you stay tuned to find out what happened. But before you do that, if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell. That way you stay updated when I post more videos just like this one. Follow me on social media, and let's get into the video. Okay, so where do I begin? Man, I know the last time that I went down there, it was just really quick, and it wasn't something too long, just in and out for a couple of hours. And yeah, it was hot and everything like that. But this time, I didn't want to go alone. I wanted to bring my girlfriend and her mom. So that's not as easy as just going down there and passing through the border, because being a United States citizen, we just have our passport, get the stamp, and go on through. But if you're from Guatemala, they give you access to go to Mexico. It's a permission, and what they call it is a TVR. It's like a card or permission that allows them to cross over to the border and go to Mexico, but just to a certain towns, you know, Tapachula and some other towns around, not all the way to the city of Mexico, but just for I think a couple of days, and then you have to come back. I think it's 15 days the maximum every time, and all they have to do is just scan the card, and that's it. So it's really simple, because we've seen other people do it before, and we was wondering how they were able to do it. And a lot of people come from all over the country, and they go down there and they just, you know, they got the card already, scan it, beep, and then they just go on through. They scan it when they come back, and they're done. So basically we wanted to be able to do that, so that way we didn't have to go through the last time where I just went by myself, my girlfriend and her mom. They can come too, so that way we can all go together, and we don't have to worry about trying to sneak the car over or take a raft over illegal like some of these other people do. And we wanted everything to be legit, so that way we wouldn't have no issues. So that's why we wanted to make sure we got this process done. And then instead of going to Ciudad Hidalgo, go to the town called Tapachula. And Tapachula is like another town that's in the state of Chiapas, which is bigger than Tecoloman and Ciudad Hidalgo. It's a little bit bigger. So now obviously it's not Mexico City, but you know, they have more stuff there, and we've been there before a long time ago, and that was just mainly to visit, but that was just for one day, and that was a whole nother issue. It's always like issues going there of some sort, but we're not gonna get into that. So anyway, basically we wanted to go there together instead of just me. So we started asking some Facebook groups who have buses that they take people. They charge amount of money, and then when you pay, you meet them in the city somewhere, and then they'll take you to the towns in Tapachula. They'll take you to the towns like some Sam's Club, Walmart, different stores or whatever, and then you paying for the hotel and everything, all that's included. And then you come back. So we just was gathering information about how to go about that process. So there is a line that you have to stand in for to actually get accepted to go through, because there's a lot of people wanting to either renew or get a new one, so that way they can get access to go over. So this is what we had to do. So good thing we had some knowledge about it, so that way we wouldn't know, just go there not knowing anything. So they said the best thing to do is go early. When I say early, I'm talking about like in the afternoon, to be there and stand in line for the next day. So we basically knew already we was going to be standing there all night. So we were thinking about either getting a hotel or just staying there, So to make a long story short, we said, okay, we'll just go ourselves instead of paying them to take us, and then we're limited on the amount of time we have to stay. We can stay and go wherever we want to go. So we're just going to go ahead and take the car down there and and just wait. And if we can sleep, we'll sleep in the car. It's not a problem. So that's exactly what we did. So we prepared everything, went on the road trip, and we got there actually later than what I thought, you know, but we had to get something to eat, and that way we can, you know, be energized and be ready to see what was going to happen. So once we got there, there was nobody there really at the moment, because I think we got there around 10 o'clock, like around 10 o'clock or something like that. So just one couple was there, and this guy, he was from Colombia or something like that, or
yeah, Colombia.
He was from Colombia, and the lady, she was from El Salvador. So she was trying to do the same thing, because he has a passport. He can do just like me. We can just go on through, but he's not gonna leave her there. He's gonna wait for her, and that's obviously what we were doing. So I'm not just gonna go over there by myself. The whole purpose is to go together. So, you know, we just sat on the sidewalk and, you know, waited until, you know, start the line. So there was this lady that came over there with a clipboard, and this is what they told us, that you're gonna have to you know, stand in line, or you can pay somebody to stand in line for you. So we said, we're not gonna pay nobody to stand in line for us. We're just gonna get there early so we can just stand in line. So obviously nobody was there. So it was like, okay. She came up and she said, yeah, there's a list that you have to follow, and in the order of this list, and they only take a certain amount of people per day.
Just 75.
Like 75 people. Now this line has 200 something or more people, they say. Sometimes you just get it lucky, and sometimes you don't. So some people, they go down there and they say, oh, we can't see you, you have to wait till tomorrow. And the bad thing about it is it's weekdays only. So we went on a Friday. So if we missed the opportunity, that would be it. We can't go on Saturday, we can't go on Sunday. And basically we would have wasted our time driving down there. So she said, you guys are number 149. And we were like, 149?
So we are not going to pass.
Yeah, she's like, you guys may not pass, but maybe some people might not show up or whatever. So you can pay, you know, but you can pay us, and we'll go ahead and put your name like more towards the top to guarantee you a spot. So me, I was a little bit agitated and upset because we got there later than what I wanted to get there. Because we got there early, we wouldn't have to worry about, you know, waiting in that line or being higher on the list. And so I was just like, okay, if we have to pay, how much is it? She said 300 quetzales per person. So that's 600 quetzales just for my girlfriend and her mom. So it was like, obviously we had the money and whatever, but she said, no, we're not paying that. We're just gonna wait and see what happened. And I'm just like, no, let's just go ahead and pay it. And she said, no, trust me. There are a lot of people who try to take advantage, and that's what they do. They're like mafia. So they, you know, they like to cheat people and scam people. And so she said, let's just wait and see what happens. So I said, all right, just so they go ahead and put the name on the list. And she said, yeah, that's fine, but you know, it's no guarantee, because like I say, yesterday they only took 70 or 60 people, and you're at 145 or 149 or whatever. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm like, well, where is everybody? There's nobody here. I don't see nobody standing out here, just us and that other couple. So we sat out there, talked to them for a little bit. It's already around like 12 o'clock in the morning.
But they say the people that he was waiting there, they waiting in the hotel, supposedly.
And that's the thing. They say they're there, but they're not there. They're not standing in line. They went to rent a hotel and they're sleeping. And we was just like, well, we're gonna find out. So some other people started coming, and you know, they told them the same thing. She got up real fast with her little clipboard and everything, and writing the name down. And so, you know, other group came behind us and whatever. We got to know them. It was a nice old lady and her son, or was her nephew? Her nephew. And they were nice. We got to talk to them, get to know them a little bit. So we kind of conversated a little bit. It was starting to drizzle, so we didn't care. We just said, we're gonna stand right here, because even the security that was there at the gate was like, we don't know. Yeah. We don't know. We're out of it.
Part of that.
Yeah, like, but it's better that you pay. You know, like they were just like trying to keep their hands clean. So we were like, well, if this is the front door to get in, then that means we're gonna get in.
Because we are the first.
You know, because we're the first ones. We're, you know, they were first, we were second, we were number 2. So we said, okay, we're gonna get in. And so then around, I think she said that they're gonna start collecting the numbers around 3 o'clock in the morning. So around like 2:30, you started seeing people coming, and I'm just like, but it wasn't too many people that it looked like, but they just started coming, and they got in line like all behind us, you know. And around 3 o'clock, she woke up because she was asleep. You know, they were laying on the street and everything like that. And I do apologize. I wish I recorded this for you guys, but we didn't know that this was gonna happen. So I expected to do a video when we got there, and that would have been it. But I gotta tell you guys what this is. So she got up, she walked over there, and she said, okay, everybody get together. Everybody got in a big circle. And then she started saying, we're gonna start calling down the names starting from number 1, and you gotta get in the front and work your way down. And we said, we're not moving because we were here first. And the people were like, well, you know, well, what do we do? And the lady said, no, you have to follow the list. Because if you don't follow the list, then they're not gonna accept you. They're gonna disqualify you, and you're not gonna be accepted. Like threatening, saying that you have to follow this list. We're gonna give them this list, and you gotta follow it. So we said, you know, so what, you know, what are we supposed to do? Because we're gonna sit here. And the Colombian guy, oh, he started going off. And he said, I'm not moving.
Yeah, they don't have card, like any type of identification.
He said, where is the identification or the paperwork, you know, that states in the law that this is what's supposed to happen? The old lady that was talking with us, she's already had hers before, and she was just there to renew it. And she said, we didn't have to do this 5 years ago. And the lady was like, well, this ain't 5 years ago, this is now. They changed the law. Well, she said, well, where's the documents then? Show me the documents. Because if there's no paperwork and there's no documents, then how is this official? If I go on the website, and you can go on the Mexican website, and it'll tell you the information, it don't say nothing about that. She said, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but this is how it's supposed to be. And we said, well, they told us if we paid, we would be able to get to the front. The lady said, I never said that you have to pay or had to pay anything. And we said, so you're gonna sit here and really lie and say that you didn't say that, and you said yourself, if you pay, we're gonna move you closer to the front. And she said, I didn't say that. She said, and some other people was like, let's go, let's go. And so she said, I'm gonna start naming down the list. And so they sat there, and then they just stood behind them and beside them and just started getting in order. And she said, if we call your name 3 times, you don't answer, we're marking you off, and we're gonna keep on going. So we were just hoping and hoping as it got further down the list, because we said, well, at least her name is on the list, and it ended up getting up to like 95 or 96 or something like that.
We went to 96 and my mom 97.
Yeah, 96 and her mom 97. So we said, okay, well, we'll see what happens, but hopefully they take more than 100 people. That way we can get in. The older lady and her nephew can get in, because the Colombian guy and the girlfriend, they were still at the front. They said they weren't moving, so they sat there, and they told her that she couldn't do it because she wasn't Guatemalan, so it's not even going to work for her. They told her, so we can't even help you. And she said, well, we gonna see. So we let them, but it was a big mess. So we sat there, and they said, all right, you guys can go back to the hotel, you can go back to sleep, whatever, and then in the morning around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, we're gonna call the names, because at 8 o'clock we're gonna go in. That's when they open. So now mind you, we didn't sleep. We slept maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We rotated turns, but we didn't sleep because we were too much like with this anger and energy and adrenaline. Like it was ridiculous. So we said, okay, let's just see what happens, and in the morning, we'll go from there. and it started heating up. It got hot out there, and it was just like, okay, we starting naming down the list again. We had more people that started showing up after the fact, so they had to go on further on down. And then there was this one couple, they ended up paying, and I think it was like 5 of them, and they paid, and they put them in the front. And I said, now that ain't right, because supposedly if this person, for example, has number 20, and you called their name last night, well, early in the morning, and they said, yes, I'm here, and they're number 20, and it keeps going down, what did you do with them people? Did you move them down, or how? Because you said that they go by the number. When you get inside, they're going to call your number. So if you're number 20 and she's number 20, how is that possible? So how is that going to work? And she didn't answer. She just was trying to avoid everybody. And you get right here. She put them right there, and you know, and said, okay, you guys, since you guys paid. And so then they said, all right, we're getting ready to go on in. And so they went on in, and you know, I was messaging Cynthia and saying like, okay, did they accept y'all or whatever? And she said, yeah, we all got accepted. They, you know, they letting us all through, so we're gonna go ahead and go in. And so I said, okay, so I'm gonna sit out here and wait for a minute, and then, you know, I'll go in a little bit later, so because hopefully it don't take too long is what I was thinking. But, you know, we didn't know how long it was gonna take. So this, you know, the lady mafia people came out with their clipboard or whatever, and they went on. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna sit here and wait, and let's see what happens. All right, guys, we're back at it again. Right now, I'm still in Guatemala. I'm in a small town right at the border called Tecún, and it's right literally in front of the border. You just cross over and everything like that. But I got a story to tell y'all, and I'm gonna tell you guys in a little bit about how it is. But this time around, I'm waiting for them. My girlfriend and her mom, they went across because they're doing a process. It's called a TBR. It's like a regional card or a registration card that allows them to pass through, because the last time I went by myself, and I didn't want to go by myself this time. So this time, you know, we want to actually stay a couple of days, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what that is when we get there. But right now I'm just waiting for them, and once we get across, we'll be on our way to a city called Tapachula. Okay guys, so one thing I do want to mention to y'all, right now I'm in the shade, but it is scorching hot out here, just like it was the last time I came out here. And I just gotta sit here and suffer through this heat for a little bit. But this time, I got a good battery, so you don't have to worry about my battery going dead. So I did find somewhere to sit, just kind of relax for a minute. But it's a small little town, really nice, really beautiful day out here today, because yesterday it was pouring down rain, thunderstorm when we got here. And I just hope it don't rain or thunderstorm today, because I really want to enjoy, you know, the full experience with good weather, you know. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait for a little bit. It's already like 9 o'clock in the morning. We've been here since 8 o'clock last night. No, 10 o'clock, right? So just gonna sit here and wait till they finish, and then once they finish, I'll show you guys how to shoot. Okay, so as you guys can see in the clips that I put up there, I didn't get too much information in the moment, because for one, she couldn't use her cell phone. Number two, I couldn't use my cell phone. You know, so because once you go through the security, you know, they don't let you use your cell phone or whatever when you get to immigration or whatever for security purposes. So obviously, okay, that's not a problem. So she sent me a message, and she said they only let 125 people pass through. So, you know, I said, okay. But I did see the Colombian guy and that lady, they walked out, you know, and they was angry, and apparently they didn't accept them. So it was like, but I didn't know why they didn't accept them, you know, because I don't have communication. So after the fact, you know, I was gonna find out and see, you know, what happened with them, and then, you know, what's going on and how long do they think it's going to take. Because right now, you know, it's like 8 o'clock, no, 10 o'clock in the morning, you know, so it's still got plenty of time. They say they usually stop at 4 o'clock. Is it 4 or was it 5? I think it was 5, right? Yeah, they say they stop at 5 o'clock. But totally, it was like 125 people total. So everybody that was in that line that day, you know, that she called or whatever, they got accepted. Everybody else. So I was like, okay, well, that's the main thing. I just wanted them to get accepted. But if they stop at 5 o'clock, how long does it take for them to finish this process? Because sometimes they say, if we don't finish this process, then we're gonna cut it and that's it. So I was worried about that. I'm just sitting out here waiting and trying to figure out, you know, what was gonna happen. It is 1 o'clock, and you probably can see my face. I am drenched in sweat. My shirt is like soaked. I'm still here waiting for them. I actually had to pass through to immigration on the Mexico side, so I'm in Mexico right now, but I've been sitting here for about 3 hours now, and they're still not done. So just have to see what I can do. So I want to go ahead and tell you guys the experience that I was experiencing waiting there for her, because more time passed. Next thing you know, it was 2 o'clock. Next thing you know, it was 3 o'clock. And the security people, they was being like kind of funny, you know, because I already got my passport stamped and everything. So supposedly I can go on through, you know, and I already brought the car over, you know, and we had to figure out how to do that. They said, yeah, they gonna fumigate the car, whatever. You just go and, you know, park it, and then you can sit. Now, mind you, as you can see, it's hot out there. Mosquitoes flying all in my face. I'm sitting out there and I'm waiting for them, you know, and it's just taking so long, and I can't use my phone. I tried to go and sit down on the stairs, and they said, you can't sit here. You need to get up. Okay. But I saw another person sitting there, but okay, not a problem. I got up. Next thing you know, other people came and they sat down. They didn't say nothing to them. Now, why you didn't say nothing to them, but you're gonna say something to me? And so I was just trying to figure that out. Like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I started, you know, walking back and forth. They just was like eyeing me and watching me, seeing what I was doing. When I grabbed my phone, you know, and tried to use it, they said, you know, no cell phones. Other people was on their phone, talking on their phone, but I couldn't use my phone. Now I said, now y'all are discriminating, or what's going on over here? So come to find out, there's a lot of, what do you call these people? Refugees. So there's a lot of refugees that have been coming over from Africa. And I don't remember which country that it was. I do not remember. But they've been coming over. Something going on with the government, whatever. And if it's something I can show you, I'll show you what some reports were at the time. And we didn't know all this stuff that was going on. So apparently they've been, you know, Mexico is accepting them because they're trying to pass through and they're trying to come over through the United States. So it's a big, I don't really know what's going on with that. So I don't have that information. But I just know that that's been going on for a year or so now. So there's a lot of them that's been going through. They've been having issues, arguments and things like that. So I'm assuming that he assumed that I was them. So they were treating me disrespectfully and rude and everything. And I didn't like that. I was just like, you don't have no reason to be like that with me. But then everybody else got to sit down and got to wait, you know, over there. And, you know, if you want to use your phone, you can step outside in the hot sun, 100 degrees. Yeah, you can use your phone out there. But you can't use your phone right here. And this guy's using his phone. You know. So then, let me ask you a question. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. Oh. And what are you doing? My girlfriend is doing the TBR process. Oh, okay. So you're just waiting. Yeah. I mean, I've been sitting here for 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, okay. So then attitude started to change. started to be a little bit more lenient, started to be a little bit more nice. So you can go over there, you know, in the shade over there, and you can sit over there. It's not a problem. And I'm just like, okay, you know, now all of a sudden you want to be like that. So we knew already what that was, but
after a bird, that
was just a big mess. And to top it off, I'm sitting there under the tree and a bird doo-doos on me. Bruh. Like, this day could not get any worse. So the only thing I can do is just wait. And the time is just passing.
I am still here. It is 3:30. It is getting ready to thunderstorm, so it's not too hot, but I am soaked, I'm sweating, and it's just taking so long. I honestly don't know if she's gonna get it or not. Her phone died, so just have to wait and see. They say they close at 4, so I'm praying that we'll get it.
Okay, so I get word that once it get 5 o'clock, they say, you know, that's it. And I'm getting worried, and I'm trying to sneak messages to Cynthia, and she's sneaking messages to me.
They didn't let us use the phone.
They didn't let y'all use the phone. So I don't know what's going on in there. And so 5 o'clock came, and I saw a lot of people coming out.
My mom got out early, because of the third age. That's
right. Her mom, they let her go one of the first ones, and I didn't know, obviously I didn't know this stuff until she sent me a message to let me know that she was coming. They let her process first, and you know, because she was she's older, so they let them go and then everybody else. So I said, okay, well, that's cool, you know, but what about, you know, the people who paid and all this type of stuff? So she sent me a message and said that that stuff really didn't matter, and then she said she was gonna tell me when she get out. So I was just like, okay, you know, but I started seeing all the people that was, you know, I was trying to memorize whoever I saw, you know, in front of them, you know, and when they went in, so that way I knew how close it was. And I just started seeing people, and I started seeing people who were there after us coming out first, and then people who were there way in front of us, they were still in there. And I was just like kind of confused, but okay, you know, they weren't supposed to come out. I'm expecting these group to come out first. I was just trying to do whatever I could to pass the time and to see when it was getting close to the time. So it got 5 o'clock, and I was like, they're not gonna accept. And the guy, security guy, said, you can go on up there and see, you know, and see what happened. I said, so y'all let me go up there? He said, yeah, not a problem. Like I said, being nice all of a sudden. So I said, okay, so I'll go on up there then. So I went on up there, and then you know, I saw them all in the room or whatever. I think they already went through the process, and they were just getting the actual, you know, card, because they do it all the same day, and they, you know, actually get a card so they can scan it and everything like that. So I was just sitting outside. Now mind you, I'm scorching hot. They got air conditioning in there, and Cynthia comes out and she's like right there, and I'm just like, so you finished? And she's like, no. And she started to tell me what happened, you know, and I'm like, okay, so what happened? So guess what? Those people who paid lost their money because it was a scam. The immigration people from Mexico said, I don't know what they said to y'all, but there is no list here. We're gonna go down and give you this notebook or whatever, and what was it they gave? A piece of paper? Or?
They didn't give a book. They say that they were going to split the 25, 25, 25.
Oh, okay.
And then it don't matter, because it was 5 people attending. So they were going to give to this group 25, this person 25, and this person, and it won't matter the order.
Oh, so that's exactly what happened. So that's why I was seeing other people come out earlier than people that I saw that paid, and they were still in there, and they was pissed. Yeah. They was like, no, we paid, I don't know how much, it was 4 or 5 of them, so they paid $300 each. So you can imagine how much money that is, and they was pissed. Yeah, and I'm glad And I'm so glad that we didn't pay.
But we fight for
But we fought. We argued and everything, but you know, because you don't know. That's the thing. You do not know, and nobody knows, and people don't tell you. So this is basically to tell people, and we hope that the word spread, because these people, they said that they don't even know them. The scammers, when they walked them over there, they stopped and let them walk across the bridge, and they went on. So that's why I saw them coming out. They didn't even go over there and give them to the people. They came out and took them across to the Mexico side into the immigration office.
And the people from Mexico say, we don't have any connection with these people.
Right, we don't even know these people. There has been cases where they pay and people got angry, they started fighting, and I'm talking about physical. So the Mexico authorities said, well, we're not gonna see nobody today. So they would just stop, and we didn't want that to happen, and that's why we stopped trying to fight, because we didn't want there to be no animosity and issues between people, because we were sitting there since 10 o'clock last night, you know. So we didn't want to deal with that. So that's why we said we'll see what happens. And you see, it was worth waiting to see what happened, because they separated the groups anyway. So anybody else that was after that, they wasn't seen, but they already told them from the beginning, if you ain't gonna be seen, you're done. So we're gonna work until we get done. So I was thinking, based off of what people said, at 5 o'clock we're done. No, 5 o'clock is when the immigration office closed, but they are still processing the orders. So they said they might not get out to 6 or 7 o'clock. So I said, oh, that's a big sigh of relief, because I was so worried because she ain't came out yet. And so finally she got the card. Her mom already had hers, and we said now we can get ready to go. We met some group of people that were, you know, coming to Tapachula too. And since it was so late, it was like 6:30 almost when we finally got out of there. They didn't have a way to get to Tapachula, you know, because they didn't. The person that was supposed to have picked them up or was waiting for them, because everybody thought it would be just maybe an hour or two. That was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. They were gone, so they didn't have no way to get there, and it would cost too much to pay for a taxi. So we said no problem. You know, they were nice people, so we said we'll go ahead and take them, you know, with us. You know, they got their TVR and everything too, so not a problem. So they check our trunk, check our bags, whatever. We go on through to the immigration side of Mexico for them to actually check, and they said your registration or circulation card in Guatemala is expired, so we can't let you through. You can come through and you want to walk, but you can't bring this car through. And we're like, but how? If we paid last year and it renews in July, so how, you know, it's not July yet, it's not time. And they said, yeah, but it has to be that year. It said 2022, it has to say 2023. So we had to turn around and sit there and try to figure out how to pay online. Now it's 6:30, the bank is closed, all the places, our offices are closed. So how are we gonna call to get that? So we were just like, we're stuck. We tried calling, and we were trying to pay online. The website was down and just it wasn't getting to the right page.
And the people with us, remember?
And they was worried too, because I mean, supposedly they were just supposed to just go on through, but we're holding them up now, you know, and so we felt bad for that too, you know. And then the old lady and the nephew that we were friends with, they came out, you know, because they had went on ahead and passed through and everything, took their car. They were used to it. They came out and they said, yeah, we'll help you and see, you know. So I think the guy, he was a lawyer or something, right? So he knew how to sign in and everything. So we had to transfer him the money, and he did it on his phone. So then the guy that was with us, he had to go back to Guatemala side.
Well, we went first to show to the police in the phone.
Yeah. First we showed them on the phone, because the lady said, if you just show us on the phone, we'll let you through. They already changed shifts. So they said, nope, that don't work. We need a physical copy. Oh, so then the guy that was with us, he said he'll go to the Guatemala side, get the paperwork for us because we got the car. So he just, you know, rode with them. They went back, you know, to go home or whatever, and just take one of the little bikes back over. So he went ahead and went over there, got it printed out, and brought it back to us. So we showed them the physical copy. They said, okay, you know, let me check your trunk, check everything. Everything is good. So you guys are good to go.
And remember, then we find out that it was a copy thing in Mexico.
But yeah, right. Where was it? It was like
it was in Ciudad Hidalgo. That we
could have went and did a copy over there,
card.
And then came back. But we would have had to walk. We wouldn't have been able to take the car. And it started to rain, so we were just like, the windows was getting foggy, and it was just getting hot, and it was just very uncomfortable. But that finally got done. It was dark already, about 8 o'clock at night, I think, is when we finished. We were thinking Tapachula was only 15 minutes away. We put it in that map. 45 minutes to an hour. I said, oh man, we thought it was close by. So we didn't get there until like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. Now, you know, and now mind you, we didn't eat the entire time. We didn't sleep. Just that 45 minutes that we slept. And, you know, so we were hungry. Everybody was starving. We was just like, you know, but let's just get there. We just done for the day. We just gonna get there. And that's exactly what we did. And, you know, had to avoid any police or whatever. But we got the paperwork, so it don't matter, you know. But I didn't want to deal with no more issues. So got to Tapachula. The map don't work from my phone because the service here is different in Mexico, and we didn't have a SIM card or anything like that. But for Cynthia's, it worked. So we was able to use hers, but it was limited because it's from Guatemala. It's not a Mexico chip. So that was a hiccup because I didn't know that, because when I was in Ciudad Hidalgo, my phone still worked. The internet and everything, I think because it was closer to the border. But in Mexico, in Tapachula, it was far away. So.
But if it wasn't for my phone.
But if it wasn't for her phone, we would have been lost, or it wouldn't have worked. And now I had the GPS and everything set up before we left the border and everything. But once I turned it off, that was it. My phone was useless. So they said, yeah, we got to find the hotel, reach out to the guy that was supposed to meet them, and so we dropped them off in the middle of the town. They was happy, but obviously they was tired too. We said we're gonna go ahead and find the hotel that we were supposed to go to, and I wanted to book it, but something told me to wait because we didn't know what time and when we was gonna get in. Now this hotel's a small, simple hotel, nice, but we get there and they say we don't have no rooms available.
And online they say that.
And online they say have it. Oh my God! So now we gotta find a hotel, and the whole idea of that hotel, because it was one of the cheapest ones, without having to spend too much money, and it was good. Now it wasn't cheap and raggedy; it was cheap and good, and we wanted something with the air conditioning. So when I'm about to all this suffering I was doing out there, you think I got sunburn and everything? Yeah, I was, and she was freezing because it was cold in that office. So she wanted heat and I wanted air. But so we had to look for different hotels. And
I told you,
she said, what did you say? Let's just get something to eat.
And then we're going to get that hotel.
So, yeah.
Because it was getting late, and here everything is closed.
Yeah. See, over here, everything closed at 8 o'clock. Over there, it was 9:30. For all the searching we was doing, stuff was still open. So we was like, we don't want to take no chance and the stuff is closed, so let's just get something to eat. So we just found a road. We just saw a restaurant sitting on, on the side, and they had plenty of places, but we just really couldn't make up our mind. And we just gonna pull in right here. They had some Mexican food, and we just gonna go ahead and order the food. Now I ordered me a big torta, like I wanted the supreme size, so it had everything in there. And then I said I'm gonna get me a hot dog too because I'm hungry. What did you get?
A quesadilla, but they told you that you are not going to be.
Yeah. She said, you're not going. I said, yeah, I am. I'm starving. She got a quesadilla. What'd your mom get? Hot dog too?
I I don't know, a taco.
A taco or something like that. I don't remember. And
but we have the picture of your.
But we do have a picture. I'm gonna put that picture up there to show you of this torta. But I couldn't eat it all. It was too much food.
No, even a half.
Just yeah. I ate half, but not even completely half of it. You know, I think because when you're too hungry, you know, and I was thirsty. We were dehydrated, mind you, because now I was sitting out in the sun, so I was triple dehydrated because I'm sitting out in the sun the whole time, you know, and whatever. So I was thirsty more, so I kept drinking, and so that's why one of the reasons why I couldn't eat it. But yeah, I said, well, we're just gonna eat this in the morning, and I just couldn't show that. So the only thing I was able to show is basically once we get back to the hotel. But we had to find the hotel first once we finished eating, and luckily there was a hotel on the same street. You know, they had a parking lot where we could park the car because we didn't want to leave the car on the street, and got a good deal, and said we can go ahead and go in and you know, stay there for the night, and that's exactly what we did. Guys, I am really tired. Today was a very long day, and right now we're in the hotel, and I got a story to tell y'all. I just can't do it right now. I'm just really tired. I couldn't get no footage. My phone just died. It's just it's been one of those days, so I'm gonna tell you about it, but I'm just not gonna tell you right now. We're about to hop in the shower, just get some sleep because we're tired. So that's the story. As you can see in that clip, I was through. I was done. So we basically just hung it up for the night, and we're just going to prepare for the next day. And you just got to stay tuned for the next part so you can see everything else that happened after that. Good thing is it wasn't really too many other issues that we ran into. But you just got to stay tuned for it. So I hope you guys did really enjoy what you saw. If you did, make sure you like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hit that post notification bell. That way you stay updated with more videos just like this one. Follow me on social media, and I will see you guys in that next video. Peace.